Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome once again to the dark time of a crusade in Edessa. Tonight's scenes will see three of the wildling making their ways to the city, more specifically the Prophet Quarter, where Mashib said to her two brothers that the Imam that lives there and who belongs to Clan Salubri will wait for them there as they had agreed to have another meeting a few days after the last candidate had been cast. So they all walk in the city, perhaps reviewing a little bit on what is considered proper etiquette and what would be considered offensive within the house of Allah. And just a slight detail that her brother would have known, she has, well, no, I wouldn't say that it appears, but yeah, she didn't appear to have a very restful sleep during the previous day.
So, what is it that we need to know before we get there?
I have told you previously, he is of Clan Salubri, and from our previous conversation, he seems to either follow very closely to the road of heaven or he is following the road of humanity. He is.
So, this is the Salubri that wishes some assurance that the humans of this city will be kept safe.
Yes. He knows, however, that the blood tide needs to be paid. But I would say that his fear is that one community would suffer more than the other, because the Baron would hold perhaps too close tied to one faith, or that one might be unjust. He, as an Imam, he is the voice of God and reside in a mosque. I would advise you to follow my lead on this one.
Can you tell me what an imam is? My sire did not educate me on his faith, so I find my knowledge of Islam to be lacking.
Imam is. You might draw comparisons to your priests, or the ones that comes within the Europeans. They are the voice of God, but they are more than that. They serve as community leaders, provide, obviously, religious guidance, but it doesn't stop them to be philosophers or judges in mortal affairs. From what I understand, this is not something that generally priest dwells a lot into in your world.
No. Most Catholic priests keep to themselves when it comes time for Mass. So,
He is, however, he is elected by the community generally, rather than an authority figure. But know this, contrary to your priest, even if he is the voice of God, he doesn't hold any privilege linked to him. It is its community that makes him powerful. And if he would not satisfy the said community, then they can choose to elect another one. So I guess this must speak about his influence over his people and the trust they place into him.
rather than a ranking member of the church, as most priests would be, he is a leader of a community. Huh.
She nods. Once we enter the sacred ground, I advise you to at least take off your shoes. You can wash your feet if you want. I will do it. But also, if you can, leave your weapon at the door. It is not forbidden, but the house of God shouldn't bear weapon in its household.
I will take your lead on this, sister. In this instance, you are better apt to tell me what needs to be done rather than me charging in blindly. What do you think, Godfrey?
I believe let us follow Mashi's example. Let her lead on this.
Very well. She thinks a little bit. You will not be stopped upon the entrance. But I think that indeed asking politely the permission to the Imam to enter the household of God would be seen as a form of respect coming from non-Muslims.
Calix nods. I was already planning on doing so.
She smiles at that, and I guess this is the moment where they will arrive. So I guess that for her part, she will be the first to enter. She takes off her shoes and she is going to leave her sword at the entrance, washing her feet ceremoniously and taking off some of the dirt of the desert out of her face before she waits for someone to come and greet her.
When you enter the inside of the mosque, you see a man who is giving apples to the people. You hear a conversation between them saying that those people will stay there together. They stay there in the mosque. And Rasim just smiles, gives touches their shoulder and tells them that they will be safe here and they will have warm place to have. And after he goes near a couple people, he will see you, and he will slowly will come near you. He walks really slowly.
Salam alaikum, Hasim.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you, Mashid?
I am doing as good as it can be on this day. I am sorry if I couldn't come sooner. Other affairs called to my attention. However, I have someone who wished to see you. He is of my coterie and has declared himself candidate to the barony. As we previously agreed, we thought that we should have this conversation.
He nods, smiles. Of course, of course.
He is waiting with one of my other brother at the entrance. I will lead you to them, so you can grant them the entrance.
Please, they're
As
all
we do.
welcome here. Everybody is welcome here.
Ah, good. Then she... Go on, Mush.
You see that, there are Christians here as well. Like, it's open to everybody. The mosque is open to everybody.
She nods. She nods at that. And she will go back to her brothers. You are granted safe passage. Just as the Imam said, any is welcome.
Kilixt will walk in and he will remove his shoes. He will wash them as he saw Mashid do and set his weapon aside.
Godfrey will do the same.
Upon seeing the Imam, Kyle will duck his head slightly. I hope I am not insulting when I say Salam, Imam Rashid.
Hello. I'm honored to have you here.
Thank you for welcoming us.
Everybody is welcome here. Please, please come. This is the house of Allah.
and they will follow the Imam.
The Imam will take you in a room in the mosque where he conducts his business. There will be a gaslight, and and then he will ask everybody do they want to drink the water or not. Like he will really pull a water for himself, and he will look anybody that do they want to drink water or not. The If anybody is closely watching, he is breathing. He is really he has like he appears to be a human. His skin is he is not pale, let's just say.
Rashim Hasim will notice the same of Cal. He's not as pale as some others. And if he offers water, Calix will take a glass.
He will offer the water to everybody. The Mashid will know that this is he has to offer water.
Mm-hmm. So,
And he will say, I'm really honored to have friends of Mashid here. How can I help you?
Cal will look over at Mashid.
as has been talked before, candidates have declared themselves. And when we met previously, only two declared themselves. The Ravnos and the Magister. But today's things are different. They are more than those two. And remind me of something. Do we know that the Ravnos is not in the run anymore?
Yes, there was an
Know
announcement.
about the smash
Okay.
He's
Mhm.
already smashed.
Yep.
And there was an announcement by the crier that he was deemed a
Oh, yeah.
traitor.
And she drank him. One is already gone. But I thought that since one of the candidates walks among my brothers and sisters, I would bring him to you so you could have a proper conversation, so that you would have your own opinion on his worthiness to be declared Baron of the city, or if you found things that he could work on to ensure your friendship towards him.
He smiles. He appreciates. Thank you. Thank you. I did not hear that somebody. Who is the one who is not a candidate anymore?
Gale. The
What happened to him?
The Ravnos has been deemed a traitor to Jerusalem.
He knows. That is sad news.
Perhaps allow me to present my brothers.
Please.
This is one that you have already seen before, Godfrey of Clan Gangrel. And
He nods to him, smiles and nods.
He'll nod to you.
and on my right, Calixt Dumorn of Clan Bruja. He is the one who has declared his candidacy.
The Rasim smiles. He didn't heard anything at all about the candidate, but his voice or the way he presents himself looks good for now, and he says, "I am Rasim Mahfouz Salubri, and I'm an imam."
It is an honor to meet you, Rasim Mahfouz. My sister has explained to me that you have a few questions, possible reservations about a baron being named to the city. I wonder if I may talk with you.
He nods. You see, there's a window, and outside from the window you can see the inside of the place where the inside of the mosque, whereas the people. And when he looks towards that mosque, you see he kind of like there's a sadness in his face, and he says, "I was hoping to do good things for the city, but there are things that stops me from doing what I want to do. I am a being that cannot see a human get hurt. Every one of us follow edicts that keep the beast away. And I do follow one, and I am trying my best."
Cal will nod.
I
Do
have.
you-
Go on, sorry.
No. He will duck his head. I apologize for interrupting.
I have talked with the Job. He looks down a little and says, he said that we need to give 20 people, and they will to be consumed. May I ask? Attribute, yes.
Is that your primary concern?
My primary concern is that They have arrived here, and if you don't give what they want, there will be war, so more people will die. So,
Indeed.
for me to vote for someone, I need to know how they will provide to tribute to the Jerusalem.
Calixto. Cal will nod. Has Mashid told you anything about me?
He shakes his head.
And let me explain a few things. Before I was embraced, I was a crusader. I joined the Crusades, perhaps out of the folly of youth. I did not know of the violence and the depravity that war could create. The man who embraced me was a Muslim, much like yourself. He taught me many things, but one of the most important things that he left me with was a sense that within the community, people are strong. This place has potential, not only as a home for many of us, but as a place for refuge amongst the wild, the almost treacherous nature of the desert. However, because of a recent war, we are under the rule of Ezekiel. And as such, because we find safety and a home within his kingdom, he is due his tribute. So I would ask you, as a leader of a community yourself, would it not be better that a few are sacrificed so that many may be safe? It is a hard choice. But making hard choices and making them for the right reasons make us strong.
Ezekiel has won the war, and the people who won the war sets the terms.
That is true. But I am asking. I understand that the person who is awarded the barony of Edessa will be required to head up this serving of the tribute to Jerusalem. However, even though you have not put your name as a candidate, how is it that you would see it done?
I would not. I simply would not do the job. That's why I did not put my name. I think life of a human is more important than someone setting rules. But realistically, the way I speak will not change anything, and I know about it. I know it.
It will not change it immediately. However, one voice over time can become many. For the time being, however, we are stuck. If we do not provide tribute, this land, the safety that we have here, the potential for growth and for home will be destroyed. Job herself detailed to me that when this city was first taken, she wished to destroy it. But it was Ezekiel who stayed her hand.
He nods. You see, the thought of him giving humans away did not make him happy. Him giving away humans, not you, but when you ask like, how did you do this? It's just doesn't even want to think about it. Like he closed his eyes for 2 seconds and then opened them again, and like you would understand that he doesn't even want to think about that thing. No.
What if I would ask, what of those humans who perform crimes against others?
It's Allah who would decide they're worthy of dying or not. I will have to tell you, my dear friend, there is no way of there's no way I can like any answer of any answer for that question. Simply, there is a reason I ask. The reason is I want to know that what are the solutions for the city. It is not me questioning the system or what Jerusalem asks. It is me who is trying to know a person who is trying to become our leader. As I have said, I am sad those people will die. I'm sad that those people will suffer. And that's why I will not be part of things. But again, we will choose a Baron. So I need. Go on.
This decision is not an easy one. It is not one. It is one that gives me pause. Before I lay down to rest at each dawn. I do believe that there is a solution. It involves spreading out the impact that such a tribute will have amongst all Cainites who call this place home, so that not one Cainite will have to sacrifice more than another whenever we can supplement the tribute. And I hate that word. These are not numbers. They're people. They're your people. They're my people. They're machines and Gottfrieds. They are the people of this city. Whenever possible, we will be able to supplement the tribute with those who choose to defile their souls with murder and rape, so that they may, at the very least, see judgment and make the world a safer place for the people that they would harm. That is my answer.
He nods.
It is not an easy answer to give.
The OOC, he said that he will send the criminals, right?
Criminals, yes.
And I think I misunderstand it. He said that everybody in the city needs to help him getting those tribute.
The way OOC, the way he explains it is he will spread out the requirements for the tribute amongst all Cainites within the city.
Mhm.
So that no Cainite will have to sacrifice more than another. And wherever possible, the tribute will consist of criminals, rapists, murderers, torturers, that kind of thing, so that the impact is even less. I will be right back. Okay?
No problem.
Perhaps you would like to ask something from the silent Gottfried, who is observing you with his gangrel eyes. Yes, he's gangreling you.
He's being polite in the man's house of God.
Okay. I'm back.
I'm back as well. The Rasim will nod after the hearing the answer, and he will say, "Have you promised anybody about the court positions or domains that you will divide?"
I am always looking for people that I believe will help me guide this city into the potential that I see for it. I do not know all of whom I will name to positions if I do win. But it is a foolish leader who disregards the words of those around him. You yourself are already a leader of a community. To ignore your words, to ignore your advice, would be folly on my part.
He smiles. Thank you. The When it comes to domain, have you ever promised someone about a domain in our city?
I have not promised anybody domain in any part of the city. The only assurance within domain that I will grant, as of now, is the section of desert, wild, where my brothers and sisters make their home.
He nods. My brother, I have a co-roommate. He's a salubri as well. The Mushi has met him. We both are trying the same goal in the city. But I would like to say that we are interested in Prophet's Quarter and the Old City. My brother he's an hospitaller. And as I am a person who is community leader in Prophet's Quarter, we would like to say that we are interested to have those domains.
If you could have only one of those domains, which one would you prefer more?
I would prefer the Prophet's Quarter, and my brother would prefer the Old City. He smiles.
I see.
The Prophet's Quarters is a place where it's a place of worship. I help the people here. Help feed them, help them to have a shelter, educate them, heal them if need be. I'm a doctor. And sometimes they tell me things. They tell me about their unhappiness, the problems in the city.
Hmm. Machine. Who was it that mentioned to you a danger within this city?
It was Esperos of my clan. We all came here, and yet, contrary to all the cities where we went, there was no vampire among here. Only one remained. The Red Man is the only one who was present within the city walls when we arrived. That has been revealed to me. The danger
Redman,
still exists.
Redman is not a vampire.
What did you say?
Redman is not a vampire. He arrived yesterday to me. We talked. He said that he does not remember who he is. He cried, hugged my feet. And then he said that he will come tomorrow. He remembered who he was. He said that he is a father of a kid and a husband of someone. He gave me his name. And he says the name he heard from the Redman. And then he says the same person has arrived. The person has arrived in the morning. Brought me food. I haven't seen any Cainite has found a way to cook in the sun.
That is odd. All three of us witnessed him feed as one of us. Though he fed upon a corpse.
Hmm. It doesn't change the fact that even if he was not one of us, he still witnessed what happened to the city. And it doesn't make the danger that dwells within its walls less real.
That much is true. He speaks of someone who does not care. He will not care. He said many times, he will not care. I do not know the individual that the Red Man was speaking of. However, if you and your brother will aid my sister and her clanmate in discovering anything that will help us, I will do, should I win, I will do what I can with regards to your request for domain.
He just rolling perception empathy to being sure. Boom, 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 boom. 4 successes.
He's not lying.
Hmm.
He's
He's
giving it to you straight. He will do what he can.
I am happy to have your word. And I will talk with my brother. Even if he doesn't help, I will help to find the mystery that might lead something bad for the humans as well.
All were destroyed, according to what I have heard. Not merely Canaanites, but humans as well. Rest assured that one of the first actions, one of the first focus I will take up in my duties as Baron will be to ensure that we are protected, at least in part, from that danger occurring again.
He nods.
But for that, and I apologize if I need to be blunt for just a moment, for that to be even within the realm of possibility, I will need to count on the votes and the coins of you and your brother.
He nods again and says, I will talk to him today about our votes. But even that, if you can't win, there's still a threat to the city that needs to be handled. I think everybody should know about this.
Of course, you are right. But we will all find ourselves better equipped, to deal with such an issue. If I am to win. I've heard rumors, I've felt and seen the way the Sombra operate before. They will do what they can to see us all beneath their heel and upon our knees. And I am sorry, but the best use for the Canaanites of this city is to be standing with strong backs and broad shoulders. That is the only way that we will defend ourselves against such a danger again.
He nods.
Cal will smile. Do you have any other questions for me?
No. Thank you for answering all of them.
Thank you for meeting with me, for speaking with me, asking your questions in an open and honest way.
He nods, and it was a pleasure.
Rashid will bow to the Imam and she will get up. Thank you for receiving us. I will see you and your brother soon.
He smiles.
We shall not abuse more of your generous hospitality. I will return to our own affairs.
Cal
And
will,
go on,
Cal
Rob.
will get up and he will bow his head to the Imam. I do hope that we can speak again.
Anytime. My mosque is always open.
Thank you.
And, well, I guess no one has anything new to add. We can call it a scene as the wildling will take their exit. Thank you, players, for playing, watchers for watching, and we will see you next time for a race to the glorious barony.